Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out today or from the comfort of your home, which is nice. We're going to start in a comfortable seat. So come into one, whatever that means for you. We're going to always start off with our grounding and centering because I really believe that's so important and integral to the practice itself. So if you'd like to close your eyes or just look down towards your mat, let yourself feel grounded down through your lower body, through your hips, and then allow yourself to lengthen through your spine, reaching up through the crown of your head, draw the shoulders back, just noticing any little subtle adjustments that you've made. And from this nice tall seat, we're just going to take 3 rounds of steady, intentional breath in together. So on your next inhale, try your best to breathe in through your nose, filling lungs, filling diaphragm. Exhale out through nose or mouth. And we'll do 2 more together. Inhale, nice and deep. Exhale, let it go. Okay, do 1 more nice big inhale. And exhale, release. Next, inhale, we'll join our hands together in front of our heart space to set our intention or our sankalpa. So what brought you out this morning? What do you love about yoga? What are you cultivating in your life through your yoga practice? If nothing comes to mind right away, maybe it'll come to you later. But if you have something, and on your next inhale, we'll imagine we're symbolically sealing that intention into our physical body with the breath. On our exhale, we'll imagine we're releasing, letting go of any inhibitions, any doubts, anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Next, inhale, allow your eyes to flutter open. Start to stretch your arms, reach them all the way up and overhead, reaching towards the sky, the ceiling. Lengthen. And on your exhale, allow your hands to part. Bring them down to about shoulder height. Palms will face down. Next, inhale, reach the palms back up and overhead once more. Exhale, bringing them back down in front of your heart center. Revisit that intention if you'd like. Inhale again, reach up, lengthen. Exhale, allow the arms, spread the wings, come on down. We'll do that about 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Just getting into a rhythm of moving with your breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale back to the heart space. 1 more time. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, arms come down shoulder height. This time, let the arms come all the way down by your sides. Inhale, squeeze your shoulders up towards your earlobes like you want them to touch. Exhale, sigh, relax your shoulders down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, just release. Stress is melting away. 1 more time. Inhale, squeeze them up. And exhale, release and let go. Good. From here, we're going to move into a nice seated twist. So on your next inhale, sit up a little taller if you started to slouch. On your exhale, start to reach your left hand over towards your right knee. Right arm's going to start to reach back behind you. You can use it as a kickstand. Also, see if you can turn your head to look over towards that right shoulder. I will hold here for just a couple breaths. Try to keep yourself from rounding through the back. And then on your next exhale, release, let the head, neck, and chest turn back. Right hand comes over towards the left knee. Left hand can turn back behind, head turns to look over the left shoulder. And you can continue to help use your breath, let it support you. Inhale, sit up a little bit taller. Exhale, can you twist just a tiny bit more to that side? Very good. Next exhale, return, twist back to center. We're going to move into our seated circle. So let your body lean over towards one side slightly. Exhale, come forward over the lap. Inhale, bring it back up to center. We'll do 5 circles around. Exhale down. Inhale to bring it back up. And just finding your own personal flow. Everybody's practice is unique. And next time that you find yourself upright, let's go ahead and switch. Go the opposite way with your circle. Just winding around, letting that rhythmic motion be calming, both to body and to mind. Okay, last time around here. And next time you find yourself upright, you may pause and we'll move right onto hands and knees. So come on over to all fours. Feel free to bring your blanket under the knees if necessary. We're going to go right into cat-cow. So knees under hips, palms under shoulders. When you're ready, inhale, allow the belly to lower, tailbone will lift. With the chin away from the chest. Exhale, tucking tailbone, arching spine, chin draws towards your chest. Inhale again for cow, belly lowers, chin lifts. Exhale, arching spine, tucking tailbone, chin to chest. Go ahead and do about 3 more rounds of movement on your own. Just seeing how the back's feeling, tapping into the sensations that arise for you. Just trying your best to be present. And after you arch the spine on the next round, let's bring it back to a flat, neutral spine. Come back to tabletop. We're going to come into thread the needle next, a nice shoulder opener. So inhale, lift your left arm out to that left side slightly. As you exhale, sweep your left arm under your chest, reach it through to the right side, allowing the left shoulder and the side of the head to come down. For any reason the shoulder doesn't reach, bring that block underneath the shoulder or the head and neck to help support you. If you wish to try some variations, the right hand could stretch up to the top of the mat like so. It could also reach up and overhead. Or another nice one is to actually turn so that the top of the hand will rest on that lower back area, or even reach it over towards the opposite hip. So we'll take a few rounds of breath here. Hopefully you're feeling a nice stretch through that left side, that left shoulder. Just try your best to relax and ease into it. And last breath here. After your next exhale, we're going to go ahead and return that right hand back down, plant it under the shoulder, sweeping your left arm all the way back through again. And exhale, replant the left hand back down. Let's switch sides. Inhale, right arm reaches out and up. Exhale, sweep it through towards the left, dropping that shoulder and side of the head down. Again, don't be afraid to use your blocks. Maybe left hand comes up to the top of the mat, overhead, or down towards the lower back area. And we will hold, rest, and relax. And at this time, if you have your left hand lifted, bring it on back down. Plant the hand, inhale, right arm reaches all the way back up. Exhale, plant the right hand back under the shoulder. One more nice shoulder opener, puppy pose. Start to walk your hands towards the top of the mat. Stretch them out to whatever angle you can. Allow the forehead to start to lower down. If the forehead doesn't reach, you could bend the elbows, letting the forearms come all the way down as well. Usually this will get into that mid-back area. One of what I find the hardest to reach spots to really stretch. We'll hold. And then next inhale, let's slide our hands back in under our shoulders. Come back up to all fours. And from here, moving into some core engagement with bird dog. Inhale, right leg lengthens, reaching it back behind you. Try to keep that hip square. Left arm can reach out in front if you choose to, like you're shaking somebody's hand. Lengthen through those fingertips. Pull your belly button in, hold here. And next, exhale, lower on down, plant the hand, plant the knee. Let's switch sides. Inhale, left leg reaches back, stabilize there first. And then a right arm can reach forward. I recommend just keep your eyes down to the mat. That way you keep your neck in neutral and you're not putting any unnecessary strain on that area. Exhale, come on down, release again. Let's do it again. So right leg back, left arm forward. Hold here, finding that balance, that strength. And exhale, let it go. Come on down, switch sides. Left leg back, right arm forward, hold there. And exhale, release, come down. And we're gonna add in a variation, one we haven't done in a little while, so just pay attention here. So you're gonna bring your right leg back again, but this time bring your toes down for stability. Left arm's gonna reach out in front, but we're gonna make a circle here for range of motion for your shoulders. So you're gonna start to reach that left arm up and overhead. You can turn to look with your head, let it draw back behind you, and then circle it all the way back around to the front. When you reach the arm back around to the front, optional, you can lift up off that back foot so that you're getting that extra core engagement. So we're gonna do that 5 times on this side with that arm. So inhale, circle back, reach it around until it returns all the way back to the front. Good. So go ahead and do about 3 more on your own. Inhale up, exhale back to the front. And you can lift up off that back foot if you want that extra challenge. And one more time. Awesome job. Next time you reach back around to the front with the arm, plant the hand, plant the knee. Taking just a little break, we'll bring it into child. So pressing hips towards heels, arms can stretch long in front, forehead comes down towards the mat. Just give yourself about a 20-second little breather here. Remember, you can always come into child at any point, whenever you need it. And next inhale, when you're ready, let's come on back up. Let's complete the set on the opposite side. So left leg comes back, plant the toes to start. Right arm can reach forward. Next inhale, right arm circles up, overhead, perhaps looking and following with the eyes, and then sweeping it all the way back around, perhaps lifting off the back foot. And complete to about 4 more of those on your own. Just take your time, find your flow. Good job. 1 or 2 more on your own. Excellent. Next time you reach forward with the arm, plant the hand, plant the knee. Take it back, child's pose 1 more time. Relax, surrender, release. And while we're down here in child's this time, we're going to take a nice side body stretch. So start to walk your hands over towards that right side of the mat, maybe beyond the mat if it feels comfortable. And let your left hip press over slightly towards that left side so you can deepen. We'll hold here. Let your forehead, head, and neck just release and surrender, even if they don't touch the mat. Just try not to exert too much effort holding them up. And then next, inhale, lifting up slightly, walking the hands all the way across over to that left side of your mat, pressing down through right hip slightly, Forehead, head, and neck can release back down. Again, relax, breathe. And inhale when you're ready, return, come back through center. Float back up to hands and knees. Bring knees back under hips. Hands can be just slightly forward of your shoulders. We're gonna come up to downward dog. So tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips, drawing belly towards the thighs, ears between the arms. Since this is our first downward dog, I definitely recommend giving your dog a little walk. Get yourself some movement going, bending in one knee, press down through the opposite heel. It could also be nice just to gently give your head a shake, yes and no from side to side. And from our downward dog, let's begin to walk our feet all the way up towards our hands. You can move your blanket off your mat at this time. Coming into your standing forward fold. Soften your knees. Perhaps grab opposite elbows. Let your body sway gently from side to side. We'll be moving right into our sun breathing practice to finish warming up. So inhale, let your hands come up to shins, knees, or thighs. Engage the shoulder blades, crown of the head points forward. Notice my body is like a nice L shape. I'm not rounding through the upper back. Exhale, reach back down wherever is accessible. Next, inhale, arms out by the ears, press all the way up to stand. Fingertips reach. And next exhale, hands come down through your heart center. We fold from our hips once again and reach back down towards the mat. Inhale again, let's rise up halfway. Pull those shoulder blades together at the top. Exhale, surrender and release. Inhale when you're ready, draw all the way back up, pressing up with your legs. Exhale, back heart center, and we fold once again. Reach back down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, return. And last one. Exhale, fold from the hips. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way back up to the top. Exhale, arms relax down by your sides. And we're gonna get ready to move into Warrior One, which is a nice high lunge. So you might wanna step up on your mat slightly if you're not already at the top. We're gonna take a nice step back with our right leg, about 2 or 3 feet. The wider the stance, the more challenging it will make it. Those back toes angled out just slightly to the side, like a 45-degree angle. You're gonna square the hips back towards the front of the mat and bring a bend to that left knee. Of course, again, you can widen your stance if you want to challenge. Inhale, let's lift our arms back up by your ears. Broaden, so pull the shoulder blades back together behind you here. And then we're not gonna just hold, we're gonna do a little bit of flowing movement to work on stability and to work on balance. So on your exhale, you're gonna start to lean forward from your hips, reach those fingertips forward. You're kind of drawing your hips back, but you can keep that knee bent. And then inhale, lift yourself back up, reach to the fingertips, pulling yourself up with your core. And exhale, lean forward slightly, kind of trusting yourself, and inhale, come back up. And I'm gonna move back so I'm not getting cut off here on the camera. We're gonna exhale forward, inhale, lift up. This is as much a trust exercise with yourself as it is just a physical movement exercise as you're leaning back and forth. A couple more times. Here we go, last one here. Next time that you come upright, we're gonna straighten that front knee slightly. If you need to, you can grab your blocks, bring them alongside this front foot. We're gonna move into pyramid pose, a really nice hamstring stretch. So inhale, arms reach back up. Exhale, front knee is straightened slightly. We fold from our hips, keeping them square. Allow the hands to come down toward the floor or to your blocks. And draw your forehead down, almost as if you wish it would touch the shin or touch the knee. You can keep as much of a bend in this front knee as you need. It doesn't have to be entirely straight. You can see mine's got a slight bend in it while I'm here. If you find this back leg, if your heel is lifting off the mat, I'm going to encourage you to step it up just slightly so that you can plant that back heel, and that will give you more stability too. Let's take a couple more rounds of breath here. Good job, everybody. When you're ready, inhale. Reach your arms back out by your ears. Take your time. Core engages. Pull yourself all the way back up to stand. Back foot may step up to meet the front. Exhale. Arms relax. Wonderful job. Let's do the other side. The left foot steps back. Again, find your stance. Slight outturn of those back toes. Bend that front knee. Find your stance with your lower body first, your foundation. Inhale, arms come back up, squeeze the shoulder blades together behind. And when you're ready, we're gonna flow here. Exhale, lean forward, reach through those fingertips. Inhale, pull yourself back up. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Find your flow. Couple more times. Move with your breath. Good job. One more. You got it. And next time you come upright, we're going to straighten that front knee slightly. Coming into pyramid. Square the hips. Exhale, fold forward. Hands can come down to the floor or your blocks. Forehead draws down almost as if you wanted to touch the shin or knee. And maybe you need to bend the knees slightly to make it more accessible for you, especially if you find your hips are kind of off center or they're swaying to one side. Bend the knees slightly until you can find that squaring off so they face the front of the mat. And breathe deep. Let your breath help you and your practice. Good work, everyone. When you're ready, inhale, arms back up by the ears. Press your way all the way back up. Arms reach overhead. Back foot steps up to meet the front. Exhale, arms may relax back down by your sides. And we're going to turn on our mat now to work the entire length of it. You can move your blocks for the time being. We will need them again in a few moments, but not right away. We're going to work on our Warrior 2 sequence, but we're going to throw in some kind of fun flowing movement with this as well. So let's start on the right side. Turn your right toes to point out. Right heel with left heel or arch. Go ahead and bend the right knee. Make sure it's not coming to the inside of your big toe. It's lined up with that second toe. I like to start with hands on the shoulders and then spread them out from there. That way, if you're coming straight up, you're going to have a tendency to kind of tense that area. You start from here, it's going to naturally be a little bit more relaxed. And so what we're going to do here that's a little different, eyes can look out over the right fingertips, is make a waving type of motion with our arms. So I'll show you what I mean. So similar to what we were just doing, we're going to inhale, reach forward with that right hand. And then we're going to draw ourselves back, reaching through the left. And you can kind of move through the wrist and the fingers as well, just making it a really fluid motion, going back and forth, just shifting the weight to the front leg and the back leg. Just to imagine you're on the ocean here, just riding back and forth, riding your wave. Okay, do a few more back and forth. Don't worry about if you can't really mess it up. Can't really do it wrong. So just do whatever feels good to you. Don't worry about what it looks like so much. Just see how it feels for you. Good. So next time you're reaching forward with that right hand, we're going to tuck our right forearm down to our right thigh. Or if you want to go down further, you could bring the hand to the floor or a block here on the inside of the foot. The left arm is going to lift directly up and overhead, or the other option is to draw it across, turning the palm to face down towards the mat as well. So we're coming into side angle. Nice hip opener. Take around 3 rounds of breath here. Good work. One more breath. And the next inhale, core engages. Pull yourself back up to the middle. Letting that left hand come down to the left thigh. Turn your right palm face up. Draw that right hand up and overhead for reverse warrior. Finding that nice opening here along the right side of the body. Don't worry so much about how far down you're reaching here with the left hand. And which way does it feel best? Does it look better or feel better to look down with the neck? Or does it help you more to look up? Are you better somewhere in between? And last breath here. Next inhale. Bring the arms back out to shoulder height. Straighten that right knee slightly. We're going to move into triangle pose. Reaching forward with those right fingertips. As you reach forward, this left hip is drawing back. The right hand is going to start to lower down towards the inside of that right leg as the left arm reaches up and overhead. The key in triangle is to keep this hip open. If you find the hips closing and turning down, you're probably reaching too far down here. Triangles are really a lot more about core engagement than you may realize. A couple more breaths. Good work. Inhale. Pull yourself back up to center once again. Go ahead and relax the arms down. Turn the right toes back to face the front. I'm going to take a wide-legged forward fold here. If you'd like, you can have your hands on your hips to start. So we exhale, we're just going to start halfway down. So fold down. So your upper body just kind of hovering over the floor here. Let's take a breath in. And then exhale, you can release all the way down. Now maybe your hands can reach the floor. If they can't, don't worry. You can always have your block. And I recommend maybe just a couple sways back and forth. While you're down here, we're going to take a twist, nice wide-legged twist. So if you cannot reach the floor, grab your block, because we're going to bring our left hand center of the chest, right here. Next exhale, we're going to start to reach our right arm out and up towards that right side. Arm can stay straight up here. Hand can come to hip, or similar to what we did with thread the needle earlier, the top of the hand can come down and reach over towards that opposite hip. You're still not feeling a significant stretch, try to walk your left hand closer over towards your right foot, your right leg, maybe even holding on if that's accessible. You can still have a soft knee here, legs don't have to be straight. Okay, take one more breath. And then on your exhale, let's unwind. Let that right hand come all the way back down. Make your way back to the middle. And let's switch. Right hand places down. Exhale, left arm reaches out and up. Then find the variation you'd like to take with that top arm. Maybe right hand walks over closer to left leg. And you always have the opportunity to explore. And what you do on one side may not be the exact same thing you do on the other side. And on your next exhale, let us untwist, unwind, bring it back to the center again. Inhale, start to slowly stand, make your way back upright. As some people tend to get a little lightheaded, so take a moment, recenter and ground yourself if necessary. And then we will move on to do the left side of our warrior two. So find that alignment, bring that bend to the knee, make sure it's with not on the inside of the big toe, with the second toe. Hands, shoulder height, stretch them out, eyes looking out over those left fingers. Again, we'll do that wave-like motion, so reaching forward with that right hand, and then leaning back. Continue to move with breath. Inhale one direction, exhale the opposite way. If you really want to test your balance a little bit, you can look back as you lean back, look forward as you look forward, and just changing the direction of the head and the eyes. That adds a lot more complexity than you would think. The eyes have such a big effect on our balance. That's why I always say find a gazing point when we're doing a lot of our balances. Good, couple more back and forth. This time when you reach forward with that left hand, you can either tuck the forearm down to the thigh or reach the left hand down to the inside of the foot or for a block. Right arm straight up or bringing the palm to face down towards you. And a few rounds of breath here. And last breath in. Next inhale, pulling yourself back up again, back to the middle. You're gonna bring that right hand down to your right thigh, left palm turns up, reverse warrior. And we'll hold here, eyes up or down. Keep that bend in the front leg. A lot of people start to shift their weight so far back here, but you're still in a lunge. That leg is still working. Good. Last breath. And exhale, arms back to shoulder height, moving to triangle, straightening that left knee slightly. Reach forward, left fingertips, right hip draws back. Hand can come down to the inside of the leg, right arm can reach up. And try not to even hold on to this bottom leg if you're used to. Kind of let the hand hang in the air. That way, you really know that the core is what's holding you up and you're not dropping your weight down. And last breath. Inhale, pulling back to center. Arms may relax, toes can turn back to face the front. Okay, we're gonna stay wide-legged just a little longer. We're gonna do a Qigong Circle. Optional, if you want to, you can pick up one of your blocks and hold it between your hands. It's not necessary. If you don't have the block, you can just imagine you're holding something between the hands and you're cultivating energy between the palms. But I like having the block as something tactile to hold on to. And so on our inhale, you're gonna reach your arms up and overhead. On our exhale, we're gonna start to turn our torso to face towards the right side slightly. We're gonna start to draw that block down and then circle all the way across and then back up and overhead.
Hey, Emily, your video just dropped. I hear your audio, but
let me see.
There, you're back.
There we go. Hi.
Bye.
We're back. All right, let's keep our circles going, everybody. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you draw across. And we'll do about 5 circles all together. You can go at really whatever speed suits you. These are wonderful for lower back, for core, for legs, really everything. If you're not familiar with Qigong, it's similar to Tai Chi. And it's all about just cultivating energy. In yoga, we call it prana. And those practices, they call it Qi. Last time around, and next time you bring the block up and overhead, let's switch sides. So turning the torso to face to the left Exhale, block drops down. Inhale, reaching all the way back up. And find your rhythm. Couple more around. And last one. And next time you're back upright, if you are holding onto your block, you can release it down. Bring it back to the floor. And our final standing pose before we come on down is going to be goddess pose, which we haven't done in a while, but it's a really nice transition from here. So toes are going to be angled out slightly to the side if they're not already. The wider the stance, the more challenging. I'm going to start with hands on our hips. As we exhale, instead of sinking the hips back like you would in a traditional squat, we're going to bring them more or less straight down and in between your knees. And whatever level you want to go to. If you want to stay up a little higher, that's fine. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can sink down a little lower. And we're going to bring in the arms with this as well. So on your inhale, we're going to reach the arms straight up and overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to twist our torso to face over towards the left. Arms are going to reach down and come down to that leg. Inhale, bring them back. Come down to the opposite side. Inhale, back up. See if you can do a couple more to each side. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Last one. You can do it. And other side. Next time the arms are up and overhead, release them down, straighten those knees, stand back up tall. The legs are probably a little tired, so let's bring them back together. And from here, we're gonna go ahead and have a seat down on our mat. So you can make your way down. Feel free to grab your blanket if you wanna sit up on that. And we're gonna stretch those legs out in front of you. Give your hips a little shake from side to side. Make sure you're even on both. We'll do one more hamstring stretch while we're here. Let's pull right knee into the chest. Let that knee open out to the right side. Make sure you draw your left hip and glute back slightly to make sure your hips stay even. Inhale, arms reach back up. Nice lengthened spine. Exhale, start to fold from your hips over that front leg. Knee can naturally have a little bend in it, that's fine. Forehead can draw down. You don't feel ready to hold yet. Your option will just be inhale, maybe come back up again, maybe halfway, maybe all the way, and then release again until you feel like you're ready. We'll hold for around 30 seconds. And just notice what you're feeling in your body. Where are you feeling the stretch? What sensations come up? And last breath here. On our next inhale, let's reach our arms back up by your ears, sit back up nice and tall. Exhale, allowing the arms to relax. Let's lift our right knee up. We're going to move into our half spinal twist. So allow your right foot to cross over your left thigh, letting left hand or left elbow wrap around the knee. Inhale, make sure you're sitting up as tall as possible. Exhale, let your head turn to look over that right shoulder. Right arm can reach back behind us well for extra support. And again, we'll hold here. I really find the key here is not to lean back on this arm, but to keep the core engaged, hugging that knee and closer to the chest. And as you exhale, you can always try to see if you can go just a little bit more to that side, even if it's just a centimeter. And one more breath. And then when you're ready, next exhale, turn the head and neck back to center. Release the arms, unwrap your legs, straighten it out. Maybe that Hip just wants a little shake to loosen things up. And then we'll move on. Left leg's turn. Let's pull that knee in, open it out to the side. Right hip and glute draws back slightly. Inhale, lengthen arms, lengthen spine. Exhale, folding forward, down over that. And maybe you want to stay here right away. Maybe you need some extra movement first. Honor your body. You know what you need better than anybody else does. You're the only one who lives in your body. And take a couple more rounds of breath. And the next inhale, you will rise up again. Arms reach back out by the ears. Sit back up nice and tall. Exhale, arms relax. Left knee lifts. Left foot crosses over right leg. Wrapping that right elbow or hand around the knee. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, head turns to look to the left. Left arm can reach back behind. And use your breath as your assistant, as your helper. Inhale, lengthen a little more. Exhale, perhaps deepening that twist. And next exhale, you may release. Turn head and neck back to the middle. Arms and chest turn back. Legs may uncross and re-extend. Shake it out if necessary. And from here, we'll be moving down to our backs for the remainder and the rest of class. We'll do just a couple more of those stretches. And then we're going to end with not only a body scan, but we're going to do a chakra meditation today. So I hope you will enjoy that too. Come on down, get yourself comfortable. Knees can stay bent, feet can be on the floor. And then move into a couple more versions of twist. So the arms will spread out, shoulder height, palms facing up. Next, inhale, pick the feet up, pull both knees in towards the chest. As we exhale, let's let the knees start to come down to the right, but before they reach the floor, we're gonna pull them back to the middle. Exhale, same thing on the opposite side, starting down to the left, but before they can touch, bringing them back up again. Do that about 5 more times to each side. A twister, one of my favorite things to do before meditation, just as a way to wind down. I find them to be really soothing and calming. And just do a couple more. And your final one to each side. Okay, next time, knees come back up to the middle. Exhale, knees will come all the way down to the right this time. Try your best to keep your left shoulder down. Maybe let the right hand come to hold on to the top of that left knee and pulling it down slightly. Or if you have a lot of space here or underneath and they don't reach, bring your block there for support. Your head can turn to look over your opposite arm, but if for any reason that's straining to your neck, just keep your eyes straight up to the ceiling. 30 seconds. And last breath. Next, inhale, let's lift the knees, pull them back up again. And exhale, knees come down to the left side. Head can turn to the right if that's comfortable. Left hand can pull down on the right leg. And try to keep that right shoulder down as much as possible. Relax that area. Sometimes that can be forgotten about when the focus is more on the legs. One last breath here. And then next, inhale, pulling the knees back up again to the middle. You can hug them in towards the chest, reach the hands back around for the front of the shins, and just take a moment just to massage the lower back area. Just rocking around. Go ahead and go the opposite direction with the knees. And when you're ready from here, you can release. You can start to stretch out, whether that's in Shavasana with legs out straight, arms out by the sides slightly, or any other pose will be okay. This meditation won't require the tense and release portion, so it doesn't really matter as much how you are positioned. I'll give you a moment to get yourself set up. Might want to adjust your lighting, just set the tone, set the mood for the next little 10-minute time. You can close your eyes, just letting yourself be as settled in as possible. Feeling all the places where your body is touching another surface. That tactile sensation can be very grounding and help you stay present in your experience now. So we're going to begin just with a scan through from head to toe of the different areas, just bringing awareness and attention to each place. So awareness begins at the forehead and the temples. Awareness to the eyes and eyelids. Awareness to the nose and the cheeks. Awareness to the ears and the jaw. Awareness to the tongue and the lips. Awareness to neck and shoulders. Awareness to arms, hands, and fingers. Awareness to chest and stomach. To upper and lower back. Awareness to the hips and the glutes. Awareness to thighs, knees, and calves. Awareness to ankles, feet, and all of the toes. Letting your awareness encompass your entire body, resting in your own compassionate and non-judging awareness. Just accepting everything as it is right now. We'll begin to move into the chakra balancing part of our meditation. It's going to involve just a little bit of visualization and imagination. For this, start to bring your attention down to the very base of your spine at your tailbone. And this is called the Root Chakra. And if you like to visualize, just bring to mind the color red. Just visualizing red in your mind. You could imagine your whole body is covered in a red light. Now, the root chakra is connected to to security, to stability, to feeling safe. So a nice affirmation you can say for this, just repeat in your own mind, is, I am strong, supported, and abundant. We'll now move the attention up from the root at the base of the spine to the space that's right below your belly button. And this is called your sacral chakra. If you'd like to visualize a color, orange is the color for this space. And this space is connected to sensuality, to creativity. So your affirmation for the sacral area is, I am the creator of my entire reality. And after you've repeated that affirmation, we'll move the attention up to the space above the belly button, but right below your rib cage, to what's called the solar plexus. And the color for this is yellow, like a bright sunshine. The solar plexus is often depicted with the sun. It's the place of the inner fire and your inner passion. So your affirmation is, I am worthy of pursuing my passion and purpose. And after you have repeated that, we'll move our way on up a little higher. Attention now to the center of your chest, to the heart chakra. And the color you can visualize for this is green. And this space is connected to love and forgiveness. So your affirmation is, I am love. I give love. I am open to love. After you are finished with that affirmation, the attention will then move up to the throat and the throat chakra. And the color for this space is blue, like a nice summer sky with no clouds. This is all about speaking the truth, standing in your truth. So your affirmation is, I am in alignment with my truth. I speak with clarity and intention. After you've completed that, we'll move up again. Now we're moving up to the center of your eyebrows, to what is called the Third Eye Chakra. The color you can visualize is indigo. This space is connected to your intuition, your instincts, and your affirmation for this space is, I am connected with my spirit and I trust my intuition. After that, we will move to our final chakra, which is based at the very, very top of your head. It's called the crown. The color for this space is violet. And it's connected to connection itself. to realizing we're not as separate as we all seem to be at times. So your affirmation for this is, I am one with the divine. I honor the divine within myself and around me. After you completed that, I'll ask you to imagine that now that all of the different chakras have been balanced, we've brought intention and care to each of those energetic centers. There is a white light that's surrounding your whole body, that's letting you feel warm, relaxed, and protected. You're literally glowing with that light radiating from the inside to the outside. And you can let that light stay with you as long as you'd like. Starting to bring attention back to the breath at this time. Coming back to your physical body, back to this moment if your mind wandered off elsewhere. Start to stretch or wiggle arms and fingers. Maybe stretch out the legs if you'd like. Staying where you are, or perhaps rolling to one side to rest there a little longer. And when you feel that you're complete, you feel relaxed in body, mind, and spirit, come on back up to a seated position and we'll close out our class together. So in closing, it's nice to bring the hands back to that heart-centered space. Just say a silent thank you to yourself for showing up for yourself, for taking this time out of your day. Let's take a deep breath in, fill yourself up. Exhale, let go of anything that didn't serve you from this practice. Just take what you loved. Thank you all so much. It's always a pleasure to share my day with you.